Hi guys, this is Ravensleep45 and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Today, after so much of procrastinating and doing other things like the Ishgard restoration, today I'm going to be finally taking on the Edenverse for the raid series for Eden. And today I'm thinking of taking it as a monk for a while. Oh, this guy just scared me out of nowhere. So we're gonna be doing probably 2 of it tonight and another 2 maybe next time, depending on if I need to working on my Persona videos back to back. So let's talk to the quest giver. Away with the fairies! And there you are! I am part of the team helping with Eden. I mean, highly classified and very secret thing. The fact of the matter is, I come to inform you of the rather interesting development about the girl who brought back from the empty. She finally woken up, you see. Oh, that's good to hear. Yalfort! And Artorias too. What? Oh, I guess he's talking with the guy I'm talking to. We heard the news from Thancred. Is it true? Why yes, it is most certainly is. Apparently her name is Gaia. She claimed to be free citizen of Eulmore, although she remembers nothing of the events leading up to her attack on Eden. A likely story. She lost her memory? Part of it, at the very least. We also cannot be sure whether she's telling the truth or if she's merely a ruse. She is yet to display any hostility, which is encouraging, I suppose. And Thancred? Is with her right now, is he? Yes, he's taking her to Eulmore, mainly to verify what she said. What she have told us so far. Quiz the locals, that sort of thing. After that, the plan is to come back here, though they were taking rather longer than I anticipated. I do hope nothing's amiss. Well, hopefully not, but every time I do things in this game, there's always something amiss. Meanwhile... Good grief, you're always this slow! At this rate, I'll be dark here again before we know it. Night sky is returning in all well and good, but it doesn't make each day awful short. And are you still dragging your heels back there? At least act like you got a purpose, would you? She's like, she has no care of whatsoever. Now look here, I'm not one of your servants. Why don't you try carrying your own luggage for a change? Ouch. But still, those heels though. Damn. I wonder if they will get those as a glamour item in the game, I wonder. Or her attire in general. That'll be... like, I don't know, some of the pieces looks like a good option for certain types of glamour. Thancred, you're back! Yeah, being a manservant and all. You lot are a sight for sore eyes. Yes, even you, Urianger. Gaia and I have just finished shopping her personal effects from Eulmore. I'm glad you're fine to meet. Properly, I mean. So, did you learn anything useful? Other than she used to live not an awful lot. Her supposedly neighbors barely knew the first thing about her. Hell, she barely knows the first thing about herself. Her recollection of her life in Eulmore is patchy at best. But she seems convinced that she will gain her memories if she accompanies us and so she invited herself to join our merry band. As of her first act, she ordered me to carry her luggage. And from then on, Thancred has been introduced as a manservant. If you insist on standing around talking, might I suggest finding a place to sit down first? My feet are killing me. Yada yada yada. Then perhaps we should choose more suitable footwear. Still, it's not such a bad idea, shall we? Well, granted, those heels are very long, so I'm not surprised she gets blisters at this point. Especially all the walking we'll be doing in this game. Okay, where to go? It's not that far. Might as well use my flying bike, courtesy of Cloud. Where is this thing? Oh, it's over here. So you don't remember anything at all? Not attacking us? Not falling unconscious? Such selective amnesia would slightly raise a suspicion with those of a cautious mind. Cautious mind, I mean. Yet if she doesn't speak the truth, it would lead credence to my current hypothesis. Though, admittedly, some further. Not now, Urianger. She only just woken up. We don't want her to bore her back to sleep. You don't want that now, right? In any case, I prefer to follow my instinct, and they're telling me that Gaia mean us no harm. After such deliberation, I thought it was only right to let her know about her work in the empty. As a good sign of as a sign of goodwill. After all, trust works both ways. Though, I would like to ask Artorias not to let your guard down just yet. So you're the one I suppose they'll have fought? Come to think of it, I recognize you from somewhere. I wonder where. But still, her lips is really big. It's just me. Maybe I just have one of those fair faces. Or perhaps I didn't make much of an impression. But to be honest, I feel that since I meet him. Or perhaps I didn't make much of an impression. But to be honest, I do feel that since meeting you, those lazy memories are becoming slightly clear. I mean. It's like remembering fragments of a dream, only to realize those things actually happened. It's as though my whole life has been leading to this. Thou speak as though thou expect these events. I guess you could say that. It is what that Faerie tells me. I mean that creature is holding her. I can't see it, but it's as though there's someone inside me. And I can hear her voice. No. I can't see it, but as though there's something else inside me. And I can hear its voice in my head. It whispers to me, and lets me use its power, magic. I suppose you can call it not that. I know as much about that sort of thing. And this power allows thee to tear open the fabric between realities, that thou may call apart the 8 starved denizens of the remains of the 13th. What? What's that supposed to mean? Something or you just spouting random words at me? Honestly, I don't know how you all put up with this. I only just met him and his insufferable prattle is already giving me a headache. Well, you're not the only one. As good as I like Urianger, there's times where he just needs to zip it. Gods, I still can't believe I'm having this conversation, and you think that I was flying about in a suit of armor, waving a sword. Doesn't sound like me at all. Someone inside of you? Like Mephilia was inside me. Well, if you put it that way, yeah. Like another soul that is inside her. The similarities cannot be ignored, though it is too early to say with certainty. Gaia may well be the Oracle of Darkness. Well, we have Ryne of Oracle of Light, so might as well have the two sides of the coin. Yin and Yang. The Oracle of Darkness? What does this mean? Well, you can't have light without dark, so she's your polar opposite. It means that you may be in the right when you said she has something in common with Emmet Souq. Those who have been used as living hosts by the Ascians have no recollection of events that occurred during their possession. This I know from personal experience. Personal experience in AR. But Gaia seems to have some memories still, even if they are a little hazy. Moreover, she have remained in control of herself even when she heard the voice within, much like you and Mephilia. Any thought Ryne was very much her own person. Mephilia presents didn't expect a change upon her outward experience, granting her hair and eyes a hue akin to that of her dear departed friend. It is therefore not unthinkable that Gaia Raven looks may be a manifestation of the darkness which hath come to reside within her. But I was born like this, and my parents, they both had black hair too. But yours looks a little bit purplish, but maybe, I don't know, it's just me. Oh, at least I think they did. It's been so long since I saw them. I can't remember too well. But enough about me. You're Mephilia, aren't you? The Oracle of Light who were hosting the Inn Eulmore? Well, the one same, but unfortunately Mephilia's long gone now. That's right, though impersonating is a better word. They kept me locked up away, and I didn't know much about Eulmore and its people, or the rest of the world for that matter. I see. And how exactly did the Oracle of Light come to run with the War of Darkness? Well, it's all started when... Pentamine. The famous words of Lush. Yes, I can still remember the day everyone went raving mad about and Lord Valtry's fled. Everything after that is still a blur though. From what Gaia has told me, she wasn't part of the mob that attacked us. But how was she able to resist Valtry's control? Unless she didn't eat that bread, mon something? So that kind of is like created from Sin Eater flesh? Mayhap it was the intervention of this Faerie, for whom she speaks teat. As curious as it may be, we still don't know why she appeared out of nowhere as soon as Eden took flight. This is just a guess, but I say that Faerie reacted to it in some way, and for whatever reason, made me go after it. Yes, that would seem like an only explanation. I don't know about you lot, but I have had enough nattering. I'm going back to Aiden. Wait, but why? The Faerie wanted something from Eden, and knowing what it is, it will bring me a step closer to discovering exactly what I've been living in my head all these years. Besides, my memory aren't going to restore themselves, and certainly not through idle chit-chat. So I'm going, and that's that. Well, bye, Gaia. Gaia, wait! Insufferable. Utterly insufferable. And yet, you can't well leave her to her own devices. Come on. Well, yeah, that is true. Gaia, where are you? Get away from me! Well, cat's out of bed, we need to help her out now. I can dispatch that, no problem. Gaia! It seems I have no choice. Wait, what? What did she do? Don't damn it's gonna blow up. Yep. She just said something to him and gave it 5 seconds. Kaboom. What am I? Like, we need to be very careful not to provoke her, because we're gonna be exactly what happened to that bug earlier. What are you all gawping at? We just witnessed you hurl some dark orb to that ant-looking, well, bug-looking creature, and then 5 or a couple seconds later it just blew itself up. So we're kind of like worried that might happen to us. I don't mean to stare, but it's not every day I see magic like that. So this is the power of the Faerie you spoke of? Ever since I was a child, it has whispered to me, telling me what to do. That's how I came to use its power. But there are things I can't even explain. Holes rippled in the air, terrifying creatures crawling out, ghastly looking blades and armor appearing out of nowhere. But worst of all is the dark energy that comes from inside. This power, it feels as though it's only flowing through me, and never truly mine. And even when it answers my call, it always takes a few moments for it to spell to work. Oh, time delay in those things. In summary, you don't have control over the magic. Well, it is not as if I ever tried to control it. I haven't made a bit of fighting with wild beasts. Habit of fighting wild beasts, I mean. Unfortunately, it is part and parcel of traveling to Areg, and while I understand that you want answers, you're not going to find them unprepared, as you are. But if your heart is set on this, then a will help you. Then we'll help you. Words. Unfortunately, it is part and parcel of traveling to Almareg. And while I understand you want answers, you're not gonna find them unprepared as you are. But if your heart is set on this, then we will help you. Ryne, think about what you're saying. You're seriously considering taking Gaia to see Eden? There's no telling what would happen if she loses control again. So the safest option is for her to stay away until our work is done. Somewhere we can keep an eye on her. You must realize it's for her own good. I must concur with Thancred's assessment. At present, we know precious little of Gaia's origins and less still of her power. If she is indeed Oracle of Darkness, her presence may complicate a task already fraught with peril. Placing our mission and her own well-being is jeopardy. In full knowledge of the risks, does thou still wish to pursue this course? I do. It was not long ago that I was living in isolation, being held against my will. Maybe the people keeping an eye on me, though that it was for my own good too. But if you shut Gaia away from her own conveniences, you know better than the Vultri and Rajit. I learned that when someone is in need, we must reach out and help hand. No. I learned that when someone is in need, we must reach out a helping hand, not push them away. Now it's my turn to do for Gaia what all you have done for me. Even knowing the dangers that lies ahead, I won't choose the easy way out. This is the path I have chosen. It is that good enough for you? Well, can't say fairer than that. How about you, Urianger? The light of thy spirit doth burn bright. My apologies, my dear, but we can't felt it is necessary to test thy resolve. Let it suffice it to say thou hast left no room for doubt. For what is worth, Ryne, I never doubted you, but make no mistake, the danger that you and I spoke is all too real. If you're prepared to go through all this, we'll be right there beside you. Ah, that means a lot to me. Thank you. I couldn't care less who I travel with, but if we're going to go, then let's get going already. There's supposed to be some sort of craft waiting at the southern watchtower. Yes? Come along then, and don't fall behind. Yes, ma'am. Bum bum bum. Here we go. It might be a bit of a tight squeeze with the 5 of us, but we will manage. Perhaps Urianger can sit on top of our luggage. That doesn't sound safe. And here we are, back in the empty. So there it is. Eden. Eden, where I find the answers I seek. The bringer of the flood, the first Sin Eater. Would you lead me to my past, or my future. Though weighted of the path ahead, I cannot say, but I have no choice but to take the first step. Okay, next one. The Blood and Thunder. Oh, we're gonna fight Ramu. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I know what it's like. It was the same for me. But I was lucky because Thancred freed me from Eulmore, and I had a chance to see the world. More importantly, though, I met all kinds of people, and they taught me not to live in another's shadow, but to be myself. Maybe one day you will have that chance too. Said your piece, have you? One day? What's that supposed to mean? I don't know how great Oracle of Light seems such things. But for someone like me, who only knows life in Eulmore, there is no tomorrow. There is no future. Only here and now. And while we waste time with these meaningless conversations, I feel such moment of my life slipping away. Time. It won't wait, not for me, not for anyone. I don't know how much longer I can hold on to who I am. I'm sorry, Gaia. Gaia? That's probably not even my real name. It is, isn't it? When Thancred asked me of my name, I couldn't remember. Well, it's true. That's when the Faerie whispered to me, Gaia. But if you grew up in Eulmore, surely someone must know who you are. Everyone I once knew had their either disappeared or had been turned into a sin eater. Those were the faces and names I still remember. That is, in the end, we found not a single person so much as to recognize me. As far as I can recall, I've never been the most sociable person, but still. Well, even if it's not your real name, I think Gaia sounds lovely. If you're happy with it, then that's what we'll call you. And if you're willing, instead of the Oracle of Light, please call me Ryne. It's not the name I was born with. That's a long forgotten now. But the people who I consider my family gave it to me. Is that so? Well, as much as I love to keep up with this chatting, there's something that bothers me. I thought the Faerie would react to Eden in some way, but so far, nothing whatsoever. From what I can gather, it wasn't until Eden started moving that I appeared out of the blue. Perhaps if you were actually trying to fly it somewhere, the Faerie might break its silence. If you're got any elements to restore, or whatever it was, why don't you hurry up and get it over with? Hold your horses, I'm well doing it. Besides, you're just tagging along, you're the one barking out the orders here. You need to learn some manners. And you do need to stop wasting my time. Heck, I tried. Alright everyone, I think we've already taken long enough. If you're ready, let's make our way to Eden. Okay. Eden ho! And here we are. Following the initial changes brought by the release of water and earth, the MPA Hulk displayed no further signs of alteration. Stability, some might call it, may be satisfied, but in truth it is passivity. A passivity streaming from the light ever pervasive presence. If we are to break the status quo, we must need to employ a catalyst, a third element, that shall rouse and stabilize those unleashed energies in activity. Therefore, I propose lightning. So the primal would be Ramu, yes? From what I have heard, he's the guardian of the forest, and not particularly keen on conflict. But you actually fought him, haven't you? Well, he is half man, half beard, and another half beard for good measure. I spent the most of my time chasing after orbs with varying degree of success. That's like that's like describing the whole scenario in fighting Ramu, especially on extreme. Oh boy. I wonder if the slips have anything to do with that. I hear they can be quite mischievous, much like the pixies of Eulmore. Eulmore, I mean. I'm glad to see your lessons have paid off. Well, it is like you say, if you want to call forth the accurate representation of the primal, I couldn't picture it in my mind as clear as possible. At the very least, it's worth a try. But the rest is up to you, Otorius. Leave it to me, while I get wrecked by Ramu. Oh, this is gonna be something. In order for this to work, we need to actually fly somewhere, yes? So rather than sitting on one spot, while you exchange anecdotes, I've never seen this word before. Why don't you go and get this blasted thing moving first? Yes, your highness. One must admit, the suggestion is not without merit, Ryne. Might I suggest the God of Thunder Plains as our next location? Kinda fits the whole mystique for thunder. These plains is with promptly blackened in storm clouds. The only source of illumination, the ceaseless barrage of lightning. The ambient aether that lingered there shall provide ideal condition for the summoning. I guess, unless we get struck by lightning. We don't want that to happen, do we? Then that's where we're gonna be heading. Come on, Eden, we got a job to do. This should be a good spot as any. Anything's good than anywhere else. Alright, Otorius, whenever you're ready. Time to pour my energy for all my conflicts with Ramu. Memories of Ramu's flash through your mind, of all the agonizing deaths and wipes that ever occurred to me. Eden versus full illumination now accessible. Nice.